Different TV, live every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hosted by me, your girl Lashia. Join me as I discuss social topics, spotlight independent artists, and share financial tips. Join the conversation. I want to hear what you have to say. Think Different TV, where minds meet. You're the reason I wake up, the reason I smile.
What is up, y'all? What is up? Welcome to Think Different TV, where minds meet. This is yet another episode of my show. I am super excited. We have a lot of things to go over tonight. Real quick, shout out to Triva Lafare. He is in the comment section already, number one to show up. That's my right-hand man down in Columbia, South Carolina. You know, making things happen, making things move and groove down there. Got a new project coming out. Shout out to my mans. How was y'all weekend? How was everything? I'm sure everything was phenomenal. We have Ronnie in the comments. What's up, Ronnie? What's up? Listen, guys, Think Different TV is every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Shout out to my Tdtv fam all over the country. You could be anywhere right now, but you choose to be right here with me. And I love you so much for doing so. So, mwah, 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 mwah. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We got a lot of ground to cover, like I said. And Think Different TV couldn't be made possible without viewers like you and our sponsors. So let's show our sponsors some love. Our sponsor is Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline water with minerals, no chemicals, no additives. It is good and good for you. If you're going to hydrate the right way. Get your Euphoria Water today. You can find Euphoria Water on IG under Euphoria Water. That's UPHORIAWATER. Or if you live in the Philadelphia area and want Euphoria Water delivered to your home, you can call Captain at 267-707-8279. Yes. We're going to get it on a cracker tonight. I'm super excited. I probably said that like 11 times so far. Like I said, we have an amazing hot topic tonight. We got the Hit It and Quit It. Real quick shout out to Imitation by Jarrell. Queen been rocking out with me since the beginning. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell on my YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any new episodes, replays, or exclusive interviews from Think Different TV. Also, let's share the love by sharing the live. And after you share, make sure you comment #Tdtv. Come on, y'all. Make sure everyone is getting this information I'm going to be dropping tonight. This is the 9th episode of this season, so I am fired up. I don't want to say excited anymore, but I am fired up and ready to go. So let's get this party started, y'all. We're going to jump right into our Hit It and Quit It. All right, Hit It and Quit It are trending events in music, sports, political, celebrity, and local news. So let's get into it. In music, OTF Duty Low reveals that FTN Bay was arrested for perjury. He also wins an $11 million lawsuit against FTN Bay following her sexual assault claims against him, as he posted a photo of him and his lawyer throwing up 11s to represent their win. Wow. In a recent interview, Blueface says Chrisean Rock would need to have sex with male rappers to get features. Now, with our updated knowledge on how the music industry works, we know he isn't exactly lying. It's a very shady, corrupt line of business where you have to be on point at all times. Ain't that the truth? Blueface also spends $10K on a brand new 85-inch TV to replace the one he said Chrisean Rock broke in one of her many anger-driven rage moments. This girl is honestly out of control. Shaka Khan shares her thoughts on Mary J. Blige's cover song Sweet Thing, saying her vocals were flat. Shaka, we all knew that, but Mary J. brought your song back to life. Listen, I'm not going to. I really don't like when older, and it's only us that does this. I don't understand it. Rap and in R&B music, it's only us that be coming at the younger generation about certain things. I'm working on myself to correct that myself, But Shaka Khan, come on now. It's just like when Etta James said something about Beyonce doing her song. Come on now, come on. And Mary J did that song how many years ago? So why are we saying something about it now? And Shaka, you really don't need to be talking, because when you did that verses with Stephanie Mills, need I say more? All right, so we shouldn't be throwing stones in glass houses, okay? Anyway, moving on. DaBaby was hit with a $2 million lawsuit over an alleged Beverly Hills showdown with a hotel employee in December of 2019. In a recent interview, Trippie Redd reveals that he had to rush the release of his project due to hackers having access to his records and they wanted in return $1 million to not leak his new album to the public before it finished and released. People is crazy. And that's the same thing with Rihanna. Rihanna was about to fight some people because she had to rush to post her baby so that the tabloids wouldn't post her baby first. It's getting out of control, y'all. People need to stop. And especially when you leak your music, like that's the lowest of the low. Like one of the lowest things you can do is leak somebody's music that they've been working so hard on and been spending all this time and effort and energy into, and then you just gonna just release it, leak it because of what? So you want to hold this over someone's head, and it had to be an inside job because who else gonna have that person's music? Hackers. I don't believe it was hackers. I believe it was just somebody that was in the studio with him that had access to it, and boom, wanted to blackmail him. So there we go. At a recent concert, Glorilla tossed her wig into the crowd at a show in Philly, and days later, the girl who caught it had the wig installed into her head. Not only is it creepy, but that's really nasty, because why? Why are we doing this? Why? Gross. Moving on. Jadakiss says record labels should be blamed for violent rap lyrics. They are gambling on you to do something dumb. That's what he said. In a recent interview, Gucci Mane reveals his formula to many years of success and how he pushes his artists, saying you don't need a hit song, you just need to be consistent and financially set in the music industry. He made a valid point by saying, I may not have a hit song by industry standards, but I'm financially secured, and your favorite artists with hit songs are broke. They just have fame, which can't do anything for you after your time's up. And ain't that the truth? Duke Deuce body slams Craze fan who ran on stage and charged at him. Then he grabs the mic and continues on with the show because the show must go on. It's just like in WWE. It's been plenty of times where Craze fans would go into the ring and people would, the wrestlers along with bodyguards would body slam the person or kick their ass, get them out of the ring, and then continue on with the show because the show must go on. You don't stop the show because somebody wants to be stupid. Celebrity news. On an episode of Dr. Phil, a woman who believes she was engaged to Omarion finally hears from him. He just said, if you come across any profiles of celebrities asking you for money or anything like that, do not deem them real. They're not real. He said, I wouldn't ever do that to any of my fans. So it's definitely not me asking for money or anything like that. And she said, okay, Omarion, I know you want to keep it on the low, but we all know what it is. That girl crazy. She ain't say that, but she probably looked at the video like, yeah, my boo just playing around. He know he want me. Folks on social media discuss a rumor of Zendaya allegedly negotiating $1 million per Euphoria episode. So why do y'all care? What, y'all think she's not worthy of the money? Y'all think that she's not worthy of that $1 million per episode? Just come on, be for real. Be for real. Y'all hating. Stop hating. Stop hating. Next, 50 Cent is teaming up with Rockstar Games. He says this is bigger than Power. Of course, it's going to give him a further reach to all them gamers who may not listen to 50 Cent, may not know of Power or anything like that. You know, this is big. Kai Cenat makes history, becoming the most subscribed to Twitch streamer of all time. Larsa Pippen says she's in love with Marcus Jordan and doesn't care that Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen are not getting along. Listen, this has been an ongoing feud for years and years and years. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen have been going at it like cats and dogs, or dogs and dogs, whatever you want to say. But Larsa Pippen is the ex-wife of Scottie Pippen, and now she is dating Michael Jordan's son. Michael Jordan's son is 30-something years old, so it's not like she's robbing the cradle or anything in that sense. But people find it quite odd that she's dating him, and, you know, she possibly watched him grow up. But let's be honest. Remember, Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan did not get along, so I don't think that there was any time. And even Scottie Pippen said there was no hanging out with Michael Jordan outside of the court. You get what I'm saying? It was just they did their job, they played basketball, they got their check, they didn't hang out outside of it. So I don't think that she really was around his kids like that. Whatever the case may be, if they together, let them be together. Let them, you know, I know her track record isn't the greatest. You know, she also slept with her son's teammate or whatever. Listen, I'm like, it ain't my business. It ain't my business. All right, y'all, we got an upcoming movie, The Blackening. It looks funny. It looks funny. I've noticed that oh my gosh, why can't I think of her name? The young lady that used to be on Empire. She's getting a lot of work lately, and she's one of the people on this movie, and also the young lady that was on Dear White People. So yeah. Adidas is set to lose $200K on Beyonce's Ivy Park line this year, on top of a $1.3 million loss from Yeezy. Adidas, get y'all together. Brittany Renner talks about an invite from Deion Sanders to return to Jackson State University to talk about the game. At first, she actually thought her telling men how she likes to sleep around for money and her own satisfaction with multiple men and presented it as something she believed all women should do has come back to bite her in the you-know-what. She says a year later, I feel embarrassed to present myself that way and that it's not empowering at all after her fall from the top and coming to the realization of life, who she is and who she painted herself in the public eye. It isn't as attractive and as cool as it sounded. So there you go. Someone having holds remorse. Melly Mel, in a recent interview, said Eminem is only in the top tier of the greatest rappers of all time list because he's white. And the only reason Lil Wayne is there is because he uses autotune. Listen, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Didn't I just say it's always us? And I know Eminem is white, so let's not say us like that. But this particular genre, hip hop, people should be sticking together, especially in a genre that wasn't taken seriously all these years until recently. They just now did a 50-year dedication to hip hop on the Grammys. They should learn to stick together, because hip hop, rap, all of these things are influenced by something greater. Music is supposed to bring us together, not pull us apart. So I think everybody should just kind of cool their jets, let things be what they are. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta look. Nose been running all day. Trying to catch it. Bad joke. But anyway, yeah, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I just don't like that when people do these interviews and everything. Man, I don't know if it's to get attention on themselves or, you know, have a good soundbite. I don't know what it is, but I just think that stuff like that, when you're attacking certain people, like, you can talk about the music industry in general, you can talk about, like, but to attack people personally, I think that's just a little too much. Or share opinions about people personally on a public forum is a little, it's saying, I need attention, come look at me. Oprah Winfrey reportedly just bought a big chunk of Maui for nearly 6.6 million. Frankie Muniz is now a professional NASCAR driver. Samoa's Netflix special Queen Chandelier has dropped. I did watch it. It was funny. Y'all need to go and watch that. Samoa is back, okay? And she was looking fabulous, okay? Being an older woman and seeing that she's taking care of herself is something to see. I like seeing stuff like that. It seemed like a lot of the women, in that age bracket, nowadays they're beating these 40 and 30-year-olds because they're taking care of themselves so much better, and they didn't necessarily need to go and run and get all this crazy surgery that a lot of other backgrounds have to go and get just to maintain their youthfulness, because black don't crack, all right, unless they do that crack, then that's a different situation. Moving on, Chris Rock's Netflix special Selective Outrage has dropped, in which he revealed that he only watched Will's new movie in which he played the role of a slave just to see him get beat for his own satisfaction. He also talked about some other things on his special. I have to see that, so I'm purposely trying to avoid all these clips, because you know what, people first of all, Creed 3 just hit theaters, and y'all already posting clips and stuff of the movie. Stop doing that, all right? It's still people that gotta go see it. That stuff burns me up. Like I'm like, I want to go see the movie, and y'all keep posting clips and stuff of the movie, and maybe not even all I gotta do is just put all the clips together and just watch the movie at home. Why do y'all keep doing it? Stop doing it. All right? Hold your tongue. The movie come out, wait a solid 60 days after the movie. That should give people a good amount of time to go see the movie. You get what I'm saying? 60 days up, they ain't see the movie. You want to post something about the movie, you go ahead and post it. But y'all just be doing too much. In sports news, top NFL prospect Jalen Carter was booked last night at 11:33 p.m., posted a 4K bail, and was released at 11:49 p.m. He is now on the way to the NFL Combine. He told police he was a mile away from his teammate's car crash. Truth came out, he was actually there and driving recklessly. NBA Golden State Warriors Draymond Green says, get rid of Black History Month. Teach my history from January 1st to December 1st. He's like, fuck y'all month, nigga, fuck y'all month, right? He's tired of it, okay? I'm kind of in agreement with that. I'm tired of it just being February that we focus on Black history. We should be celebrating it all year round, just like supporting Black businesses and all of those great things. In recent news, Ja Morant has been in the media heavy for bringing guns to his game with the Milwaukee Bucks, in which he pointed the laser right outside of a window at the Bucks team bus as he exited the Memphis Grizzlies stadium with his friends after a loss. In the following weeks, he also was on IG Live flashing a gun while listening to music as if he's a rapper now. After realizing he had flashed the gun while in Denver, meaning he had potentially brought the gun on the team plane, which is strictly against the rules of the NBA, the Grizzlies have decided to suspend him for the rest of the season, you big dummy. And next season, for not giving an exact number, but saying it would be 50 or more games, as we have to review and decide what to do about his behavior as a professional athlete and how he's carrying himself and representing the organization in which he plays for. Ja, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're just doing the most. Like, why? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You're on a team, you're making money, and you're doing stupid shit and getting in trouble. Suspended? And no pay, might I add, because it ain't no way that they suspend you and they still paying your ass. So it's just anyway, moving on. Political news. Two Chinese police stations have been found operating on American soil. Lori Lightfoot becomes the first Chicago mayor in 40 years to lose re-election. After receiving a tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children on February 16th, Maryland Mayor Patrick Wilhite resigns after being arrested on 56 counts of child pornography. Wow, that's just a lot of counts. And U.S. House of Reps committee approves bill giving Joe Biden, old Joe, full authority to ban Chinese social media app TikTok. Is it because y'all not making money off of it? I'm trying to figure out, like, what is this thing with TikTok? Like, why do y'all have such a beef with TikTok? It's a social media site. Like, what's the problem? Is it because y'all not making money off of it? Because if y'all was making money off of TikTok, y'all would not be trying to ban it. Anyway, moving on. Other news, a Florida rapper, Ladarian Chandler, has been arrested after he fatally shot a rival gang member and then bragged about the murder in a rap song. Police say he doesn't sing well, he doesn't move well, he's just a terrible rapper, actually a stupid rapper. I tend to agree. Future cars manufactured by Ford may repossess themselves if you miss a payment and drive itself back to the repo agency. That's hilarious. In a bedroom, police find 200K images of child pornography weighing more than 1 ton in Florida man 72-year-old Paul Zittle's home. Investigators traced all the digital uploads to his IP address. A black man sues a construction company after racist comments were made during his lunch break, where he was told that colored people were not allowed to enter or exit through a certain door because it was for white workers only. Abusive officer Sergeant Emil Pratt of the 33rd Precinct in New York was caught in the act again, but this time he arrested a 13-year-old boy for dancing on a train. Other viral incidents he is known for are spraying an innocent black man with pepper spray and arresting a white woman who was recording him mid-abuse. Crazy. 31-year-old Venezuelan mom dies hours after getting liposuction surgery at a shopping center. Wow. Let me see. I'm not trying to make fun of the situation because anybody losing life, that's not funny. But come on. You go to a shopping center, you go to Target, pick me up some things. I'm going to go over here, maybe, get a little, liposuction to go. Makes absolutely no sense. New York teacher Deborah Rosenquist manipulated 5th grade student into changing genders without her parents' consent, which drove her to consider suicide. Lawsuit claims that's proving that she is not smarter than a 5th grader. Alex Murdaugh found guilty in the murder trial of his wife and son and received a life sentence for doing so, as he should. Karen freaks out in the doctor's office and pulls her ass out to moon a security guard during a heated argument. Wow. Was she really mooned? It was more like a crater. Anyway, so I guess she cratered a security guard. Oklahoma man Victor Don Juan Mondino robs a Waffle House after paying for his meal and tipping the waitress. Well, it's only right. He ate the steak, so he should pay for it. Thank you for the meal. All right, everybody, hands up. What is going on with this world? Let me take another sip of my Euphoria water, which is in my Think Different TV stainless steel travel mug. Also, a Karen fucks around and finds out in a Walmart self-checkout. Yeah, she was doing a little bit too much. 31-year-old Colorado woman, Andrea Serrano, who admits to having sex with a 13-year-old middle schooler and having his baby, won't face any jail time under a plea deal that lowered the severity of her original charges. Now, y'all know, if this was a man getting a 13-year-old girl pregnant, there will be a different situation happening. You know what's crazy? How is it that a woman who abuses, sexually assaults a child, gets pregnant by a said child, still had custody of her child? Y'all don't think that's weird? Anyway, I did an episode, maybe y'all should go and check out the replay of sexual assault on men, which was episode 10 of season 1. Please, this is actually the 1-year anniversary of that episode, right? Because this is the beginning of a March Madness. For my show, I know March Madness, basketball and everything like that, but March Madness as in I'm doing very controversial topics all month long. Tonight we have a really good one. But season 1, episode 10 was sexual assault on men, female predators. Y'all need to go check that out. It's on YouTube. It's already uploaded. Go check it out. Make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, do all that great stuff. Put on the notification bell so you can get all those things. And make sure when you share the love by sharing the live, make sure y'all hashtag Tdtv. All right. Local news: a Philadelphia man, 25-year-old Elmonge Watson, is facing charges after prosecutors said he stalked and groped a 17-year-old girl who was on her way to work aboard a SEPTA bus earlier this year around January 22nd. 14-year-old boy charged in connection with a series of recent sexual assaults across North Philadelphia. And when I say local news, I mean in Philly, just in case you're tuning in for the first time. Talk about Philadelphia. That's my home, born and raised. I was never really on the playground. Didn't really spend most of my days on the playground, but I know a thing or two about Philly. So here we go. Joanna McClinton is from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and she has made history by becoming the first woman voted as Speaker of the House. Salute to City of Dreams Coalition and Sister Talia for putting on an amazing 13-hour event at the Met this past March 1st for community and kids. Shout out to Freeway, PD Crack, DJ Mackey, and everyone else who came out to the event in Philly. And new releases: Triple La Fire and I Am Young P have a mixtape called Fuck Rehab coming very soon. And that is our Hit It and Quit It. As y'all can see, I'm moving and grooving and shaking and making it happen tonight because, like I said, this topic tonight is on fire. I'm going to jump to the comments real quick. Hey, mommy. My mom is here. She said, hello, Kai, I love your hairstyle. Yes, look at that. Ooh, so cute. Right? Reg's like, yo. Right? We have Mr. Cheese. Mr. Cheese said, what's up? Looking great per usual. Thank you so much. He is from the show The Rabbit Hole 13, co-host Bianca Monroe and Taj Mahal every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can check out Bianca Monroe on Foreplay with B, which is every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to the Rabbit Hole 13 and shout out to Bianca Monroe, making things happen, doing amazing shows, and keeping us on our toes with the topics that they discuss. So yeah, listen. Are y'all ready? Because this topic is crazy. And so without further ado, let me just get into it. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me.
I'm coming in hot.
Listen, this hot topic, I debated over should I talk about it or not. But since it's March Madness, I'm giving myself a license to say whatever the freak out I want to say. So here we go. All right. And now that I know my mom is watching, I gotta curb my my language a little bit. So here we go. Y'all ready for this? Tdtv exclusive. What is a woman? Listen, guys, it is Women's History Month. And that begs the question, what is a woman? Because listen, people are just, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. They just don't know anymore. They're confused, and I don't see how they could be confused. All right, here we go.
But that hasn't stopped the traditionalists from deploying their newest weapon in the culture war arsenal, the obvious gotcha question.
The real basic question, what is a woman?
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
For all of recorded history, people have known what a woman is.
Yes! All of recorded history! It was simple. Until like a year ago. The answer to what is a woman has always been the same. It's a woman is a deformity that occurred in the ordinary course of nature. I'm sorry, that's Aristotle. I apologize. I'm sorry, that's not what I meant. I meant a woman is a person who has no legal existence once married. I'm sorry, that's early American coverture law. That's not right. No, throughout history, it's not a gotcha question. A woman is 30 shekels. I'm sorry, that's Leviticus. Unless she's whorish, then a woman is a loaf of bread. That's Proverbs. Yeah.
Yo, I love Jon Stewart, but seriously though, what is a woman is a question that has been asked, and a lot of people are stumped for some reason. I don't know why. I don't even know why. But listen, guys, what is a woman? An adult female human being. All right? An adult female human being. Textbook definition. But this is wrong in today's society, with many not wanting their gender to be based on their biology. This generation is having a hard time defining what a woman is. We're running into the circular definition. And you're probably asking, what is a circular definition? Using the word defined in the definition of the word itself. For example, a woman is someone who identifies as a woman. What? This is getting out of hand. All right. Do I have a problem with people living their lives the way they want? No. What they eat doesn't make me poop. All right. However, I do have a problem with the disrespect of women in the process of it all. Now, you're probably wondering, what disrespect? All right. Well, we fought long and hard for women's rights. Should we now say females' rights? Because women can identify as women? It's crazy because in the process of not basing gender on biology, society has reduced women to their female parts. All these years of making the case of women being more than boobs and vagina has reduced us to vagina. Not even boobs, because men can have that also. Actually, trans women. Let me be clear. I am not bashing the trans community. I simply want to put things into perspective. There are a lot of things that are being said in this crazy, crazy world. The most absurd of it all is people saying that women, the definition of a woman is someone who identifies as a woman, without giving what a woman actually is. And it can frustrate the heck out of people. Take for example, this clip.
Since you are the president of the National Women's Law Center, I was hoping that you could define what a woman is for us in this committee hearing.
Well, as the president of the National Women's Law Center, you can imagine I say woman a lot in my day job.
Okay, so I'm just asking for the definition.
So what I'll tell you is I am a woman. That's how I identify.
Okay.
But I wonder, however, if in part the reason that you're asking a question is that you're trying to suggest that people who
I'm
don't
simply asking
identify
the
as
question,
women
and I
can't
simply
be
want an
brought in.
answer.
And so I think it's actually really important to be very clear here that there are people who identify as non-binary. I think
Okay.
about
All right.
5% of young people
We're not going to go
do,
there. I was hoping
who
maybe
can
you would.
be
I was
pregnant.
hoping that maybe you would say something that maybe we learned in high school biology that has to do with X and Y chromosomes, but which define male and female. But I guess we're not going to get there.
Real quick shout out to Kara who joined us tonight. What's up, Kara? Welcome to Think Different TV. Love you, love you, love you, love you. Listen, you see how frustrated he got? Because he's like, I asked the question, I just want a simple answer. But the woman started going into all this different stuff, and it's like, that's not what I asked. Just give me an answer to my question. What is a woman? And like I said, a woman is an adult female human being. Someone who has the reproductive organs of a woman is a woman to me. All right. I think it's crazy how to like, oh no, that's a female, or trying to separate, okay, a cis woman is one who has periods and has this and has that and goes through the menstrual cycle, and and then you got a trans woman. Why are we breaking this down into subsets? I remember a time when it was just, you just called them transsexuals. You go from a man to a woman or a woman to a man, and that was called transsexual, meaning changing your sex, your male or female, right? Some people were going the distance. Some men were going through the big chop. Women were, adding things on. However, they decided to go about the whole process, right? And for a while, these people were doing it in private and they weren't out and about it. But then you had Maury, where you had people coming on and talking about how they live their lives as women, if they're men, and men who live their lives as men when they're women. And then you had Chastity Bono changing to a man, and a trans man, and becoming Chaz Bono. And Chastity Bono is the daughter or son now of Sonny Bono and Cher, which I kind of think that if Sonny was still alive, he wouldn't have really condoned that too much. Even Cher she wasn't feeling it. She had expressed several occasions that at the beginning of the process she wasn't down with Chastity becoming a man, because this is a way to carry on the bloodline. All right, now you don't even want to have a baby, you don't want to carry on the bloodline, so it kind of just stops at Chaz Bono, right? So because Cher had her reasonings on why she didn't like it, and that I'm guessing was one of the reasons, because it just kind of stops at Chaz right now. And then after he passes away, there's no other remnants of Sonny and Cher, and and I know people are like, oh well, how is that the responsibility of the child to carry on the bloodline, this and that? But you know how they can get a parent upset. Not saying that it's right, the right reasons, whatever. But eventually, Cher, supported her son in his journey, and that's that. It used to be a private thing. It used to be that people did what they did in private, and it wasn't this big spectacle. And even with that being done, it wasn't like these groups were trying to infringe on to the gender norms that were already happening. Now it's like, oh yeah, I'm this way, and I don't appreciate how y'all trying to get me to conform to gender norms and all these different things. And it's like, you just said you didn't want to do it. So how are we getting you to conform to gender norms if you already are going against it? Obviously, we're not doing a good job of it. You feel me? It's just got to be too much. And like I said, we went from being to talking heavy and saying we are not our boobs. We are not our vagina. We are powerful, strong women, and we have brains and this and the third. And then it went from that to now them saying, oh, well, you know, well, you are just vagina. Because that's how we're going to be able to tell you apart from everybody else that wants to identify as women, right? So that's the crazy thing about it, because when you get to a point where you're up there, you're telling people, oh, you're wrong, how you gonna do this, or how you gonna do it. It just infuriates me. It really makes me mad. It really, really makes me mad. Now I'm talking to you guys and I'm staying focused, but I have to bring my Facebook fam in here, because my Facebook fam is not in, and I want to make sure that y'all are in and tune in. Okay, now y'all are on, y'all are in. Great, great, great. But I do have a friend who I was looking forward to having this conversation with tonight. But you know, sometimes things come up and maybe that person is not ready yet or whatever, because usually they will be backstage, but they're not. So I'm guessing that that person may not be joining me tonight. I don't know. But anyway, aside from all of that, we really have to realize that people are, some people are going to say things that we don't agree with, you know, and we have to be prepared to maybe, you know, just agree to disagree, right? I'm not going to ever convince somebody that what I'm saying is right, because you might find everything wrong with it. But sorry, y'all. All right, message sent. Because I want to see if she's going to join me tonight. Because I want to know, what do you guys think? What do y'all think about this whole thing with women and what is a woman? While y'all ponder on that, I'm going to play another video. All right, that way y'all can see what has been going on in society.
What do you mean by assigned female? Who assigns female?
Yeah, so most times people, when they're born, they're assigned a gender
By the doctors.
Yeah.
What do they base that assignment on?
So basically, it's based on genitalia. People looking at genitalia and deciding, okay, this is a girl or a boy.
How do we know that that's not true? Where did we learn that from?
Yeah, well, I learned that from hearing from transgender people who've said, like, oh, I'm a trans woman. I mean, just because I happen to have a right, that doesn't mean that this is like who I
am.
If my mom who gave birth to me is a woman, and my wife is a woman, though I haven't asked her, maybe I should. But if they're all women, and also the boy who sits down with you and says, I think I'm a girl, actually is one, then what is a woman? First, The answer you should be able to provide is what exactly is a woman?
Well, for me, it's actually a really simple answer, and that's a person who identifies as a woman.
But what are they identifying as?
As a woman.
But what is that?
As a woman.
Do you know what a circular definition is? You're not a scientist, you're not a gender studies major, or are you?
No.
Okay. How do you know that you're a man?
How do I know that I'm? I guess because I got a dick.
I love that old man at the end. He was like, I guess because I got a. That's how I know I'm a man. I was so done, yo. Like every time I watch that clip and that last part comes on, I'll be like, yo. Matter of fact, that dude was wild out the whole interview. Like he really was going in. Like but more about this craziness.
So you can feel however you want. I mean, I could sit here and say that I feel like a tomato plant, but that doesn't mean that I'm actually in those things. You can have whatever self-perception you want, but you can't expect me to take part in this kind of charade, this theatrical production. My adjectives are handsome and brilliant. You have to describe me as handsome and brilliant because that's how I identify. It makes no sense. You don't.
So you think it's a delusion?
Yeah, I think it's delusion. It could be mental illness. It could be it's a lot of different things. With children, wow. You know, there's also just a basic confusion that all kids have. What is a woman? Well, can you tell me what a woman is?
No, I can't.
You want to appropriate womanhood
Okay.
and turn it into basically a costume that could be worn.
Now let me tell you something. When I saw that Dr. Phil episode and that when they started getting to the pronouns and all that stuff, I'm a she they and I'm a he this and I'm a this that, and I'm like, yo. Can you imagine the kids growing up in today's society, like not knowing who the hell they are? It's bad enough that before all of that, people struggled to know who they were and, you know, had to grow up and find themselves, right? But then to be told that the person that they found within themselves is wrong is crazy. I told y'all to hit it and quit it. It was a teacher who convinced a 5th grader to change her gender. And it drove the 5th grader to want to commit suicide or unalive herself. She didn't do it, but to be kind of so forceful with your point of view to try to drive it down the throats of people, make people conform. But it's like y'all was so like against that when Christians or whatever denomination was telling you it was wrong to be gay and they wanted you to conform to the societal norms of that generation. Y'all was so mad about that. Y'all felt outraged, but then y'all turn around and do the same thing to this generation. Aren't you just keeping the cycle going? Like, keep it all the way funky. In the future, and I've seen this somewhere, so don't think me deep. Don't think me deep. I actually, saw a video of this. But think of this. In the future, after we're all dead and gone, and someone digs up the bones of one of us, they not gonna know if you trans man or trans woman. They just gonna know if you was a man or a woman. And it don't matter if because your bones don't lie. Your bones do not lie. I think the thing is, if your pelvis is less than 90 degrees, you're a male. If it's wider than 90 degrees, you're a female. If someone digs up your bones, right, and they look at your skeleton and they see your pelvis is less than 90 degrees, they're going to say, this was a male. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if in your life you identified as a woman. Does not matter. At the end of the day, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. When you return to the earth, you are going to be what you were born as. While you're here on earth, you had a choice to be whoever you want to be. But I feel you should not force it down people's throats. You should not. If someone don't accept you for who you are, your job is not to convince them to do so. Your job is to just live your life. And stop trying to convince everybody to accept you for who you are. People who do accept you and who do love you for who you are the people who are meant to stay in your life and be in your life. Now, I'm going on a little bit of a tangent, but back to the situation at hand. What is a woman? What is a woman? An adult female human being. Point blank, period. It's not who identifies as a woman, because then like Matt Walsh said, shout out to Matt Walsh, it's the circular definition that's happening. And for those who are just joining, what is a circular definition? I could just let y'all watch the replay, but I'm going to go over it again. Using the word being defined in the definition of the word itself. Can't do that. Can't say, what is a dog? A dog is something that barks like a dog. Like, you're not defining what a dog is. Real quick pause. I'm going to drink some Euphoria water out of my Think Different TV stainless steel travel mug. And it's sad to say this, but here's another unpopular opinion. A lot of people may not like. I may get canceled after this. I don't know. I don't think I'm that big to even get canceled yet. But you know who's at fault for all of this? Women. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? We are to blame for all of these shenanigans. Now, I'm not talking about me, myself, but I'm talking about just women in general. They are to blame for the reason why there is erasure happening of women. Because of our nurturing aspect, we always want everybody to feel comfortable and safe and this, that, and the third. And we want to be so accepting of everything that now it's at a point where the very people that we were being accepting of are telling us in so many ways that we shouldn't have been accepting, because they are continuously disrespecting what a woman is. I should not have to say I'm a cis woman. What the hell is a cis woman? Well, I know the textbook definition of a cis woman. It is a woman who is biologically born as a female. And a trans woman is a person biologically born as a male, but identifying as a woman, which is an adult female human being. But if you don't have the female parts, and you cannot have a period or have a baby. Well, wait a minute, let me back up, because that was another topic of dissension. Oh, well, a woman is someone who can have babies, but then women who are having fertility issues are saying, well, does that not make me a woman because I can't make babies? Or they say a woman is someone who has boobs. Well, what if a woman doesn't have boobs and they're not blessed with, chest? Are they not a woman? I think it's safe to say that if your pelvis is greater than 90 degrees, you're a woman. If it's less than 90 degrees, you are a man. Female, woman, male, man. That's my thoughts on the topic. Not everybody may agree. And that's fine. That's fine. You are entitled to your opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. Hopefully, And guess what, y'all? Because now you can choose to identify as anything you want. You can actually identify as an asshole. And no one will say shit about it. But listen, I'm just saying, it's getting to be a little out of hand. All right. A little out of hand. Listen, let me show you another clip.
So what's a woman? Tell me a woman.
A woman is someone that wants to identify as a woman. You can't, it's a woman, being a male.
Wrong answer. Wrong answer. A wrong answer. It's not a social construct. There is no hope. That is uneducated. So you're telling me any man here can say they're a woman just because they say so? No, well, you're not going to bring Jesus and swearing and dressing that. You're not going to do it. Not on my mic. And that is uneducated, and I'm not going to respect that information. It is disinformation against the word of God. It's disinformation against women. It's actually disrespectful to women to say that anyone can identify as a woman. That's dismissing women from sports, dismissing women from society, and I will not tolerate disrespect to the women in my life.
He was going in. Here's another clip from that very same.
Please tell me what a woman is. Please, is there hope? Is there hope in this generation? Tell me what a woman is.
You want a biological one, or?
See what I mean? You see what I mean? I'm not lying. No, please, just give me your best. Just give me your best definition of a woman. Because I mean, I know what a woman is. Everybody over the age of 40. No, I'm not going to say, because I will tell you. Everybody over the age of 40 knows what a woman is and a man is. But wait. Tell me what a woman is. Do you know? Define it.
Well, me, myself, is a woman.
No. That's just. Come on. Tell me, define what a woman is.
Woman? Yeah, I'm a woman. Like.
You don't know what a woman is? Give me some kind of definitive properties, like in a dictionary. Like if the teacher in a university asked for an essay and said define woman, what would you say? You see what I mean?
What is the woman?
I will tell you. I'm just waiting for this generation to please educate this old man with.
What is a woman?
Up to definition of the person that wants to be a woman, I guess. If somebody that looked like a guy walked up to me and said, I'm a woman, I'd probably be like, okay.
Women should not be defined as biological parts.
There's two different types, I guess you would say. One biological and one mentally.
An object.
Oh snap! Do you guys know what is a woman?
Huh?
What is a woman?
A woman?
Yeah.
A human being that has like tits and a vagina.
Oh, last girl just kept this, and she was like, someone who has tits in a vagina. She was like, yo, this is crazy. This is crazy. Wait a minute. I have more, y'all. I have more. Listen. The fun don't stop. Here we go.
What is a woman?
What's that got to do with the price of bread, Piers?
I've literally told you I'm about to debate this. What is a woman?
What do you mean ask the next guest? I said ask the next guest.
You don't know what a woman is?
A woman is someone who defines as a woman, period, done.
Anyone?
Next guest, please.
Anyone? Okay, I'm a woman. Is that... Yeah?
I said next guess because that's not my segment.
If I say I'm a woman...
I know you're trying to trap me and I'm not falling
If
for it.
I say I'm a woman,
Sorry.
do you agree I'm a woman?
I said next guess because I'm
Right.
not falling for
Because-
it. Bye. You're not getting your little clip out of me, your little audio clip out of me.
Without realising it, you may have just given me my little clip. That's the point.
That's wonderful for
That,
you.
ironically, is the clip.
That's wonderful
Because
for
when
you.
young women
Live
can't
your best
actually
life.
say what a woman is, I think it's mad.
I am a woman.
You're a woman.
I'm a young woman who's very proud.
Am
of a
I if I
membership-
say I'm a woman?
I'm very proud to serve a membership of
I get
students
it.
who support free speech, who work hard to make sure that our students'
You said
unions
anybody
facilitate
who
free
says
speech
they're a woman's a
and
woman.
who exercise their democratic right to protest and do so in a
Okay.
way that is in line with the law.
What is a woman? Me. Celia. That her over there. There's plenty of us.
I mean, but are you worried that in this trans debate, because I support trans rights to fairness
So
and
do I,
equality,
of course.
I just don't like the attack on women's rights that some of the activists are driving, where you have in sport this apparent unfairness now going on. I mean, what do you think when you see that?
Well, I don't watch sport.
No, but you know what I'm talking about.
Well, I know what you're talking about, yes, and I know what you want me to say.
I don't want you to say
do.
anything. I
Yes,
never
of course you
dreamed
do.
to tell you what
yes,
to
you want
say.
me to agree with you.
No, I don't. This is uncensored, this show.
Well, of course it's uncensored. I think that a person should be who they feel that they are and who they... But I do believe... I can't say this. I can't
You
say
can.
this. No, I can't.
Why? You feel
Because-
like you
no,
can't because you may get into trouble?
I can't because I don't want to get hate mail.
You see, but you've gone through your entire career saying exactly what you always think.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
No,
I've read your diaries.
haven't. I've never gotten into the politics of biology.
Okay.
No, I haven't.
Well, I understand why people don't want to go there. Yeah.
Well, yes, I don't want to go there.
Can you answer for me this very simple question? What is a woman?
Of course, I can't answer the question anyway. A woman is a female, and the female is defined by the genes she has, essentially. She has 2 X chromosomes if she's human normally, and that would be the definitive. It's probably easier to define a male. A male has specific masculine genes, which make us different from women. And the female position is the default human position. That is to say, if there's no male genes there, you're born as a woman.
But I mean, dictionaries just simply say a woman is an adult female and a man is an adult male. Why is the world finding it all so complicated now?
It is really quite extraordinary. Basically, we are a cluster. Standing here, I'm a clump of about 8 trillion cells at least, each of which of those cells has got my maleness in it. I'm defined genetically. Every single cell has got those male genes. And that would apply to a woman who doesn't have those genes. So that's what makes the difference. And we cannot escape the fact that we are genetically determined in this way. Of course, they define in terms of our shape, for example, where they have breasts and all the rest of it. But essentially, that's what it amounts to.
What is a woman to you?
So, for me, a woman is someone who is an adult, who is human, and is female. And female is both a biological category, where we're talking about biological sex, and a gender category. So, depending on what we're talking about, if you're saying best female rapper, no one's checking chromosomes. If you're talking about female reproductive health, you know, people aren't just talking about your social life. It can be a biological or a gender category.
So when, for example, the hot issue of the day, when you have trans women athletes who are competing against women born to female biological bodies, do you think that's fair?
Do I think that's fair? I think you'd have to take a look at the whole picture.
Or Leah Thomas, the swimmer, for example.
So it might be that in 5 to 10 years, when you have much more trans athletes breaking through, and you might see cisgender women at a disadvantage, you have to go, let's rejig the system in a way which can protect women's sport and include trans people. I think right now, because trans people have been so marginalised from
See, here's my problem. You're a smart young lady, right? I follow you on Twitter. You're very smart. You're very intellectually rigorous about stuff. You know, when you look at stuff like Leah Thomas demolishing women in the pool in America, that this isn't fair. And you can support, as I do, and you do, trans rights to fairness and equality, and understand that on issues like sport, it is unfair. If I asked you what a woman is, what would you say?
Let's say a human being with boobs. You have to start there.
Yeah, I mean, the dictionary is quite straightforward. It just
And
says
a
a human
vagina.
adult female,
Yeah.
right?
No, a lot of people. Yeah, see, that's a little getting confusing. The whole he, she, they. That's getting a
And I'm
little
not
rap.
sure why, really. It's a bit like this whole issue of transgenders in sport. Because I support all trans rights to fairness and equality.
Me too.
But not where you have people born to obvious physical superior bodies.
Me too.
Transitioning and then thrashing the women at their sport.
I totally agree. And I will say this, and everybody's going to hate me, but as a woman, just because you go change your parts doesn't make you a woman.
Right.
Sorry.
You feel that?
I know that for a fact. Like, if you want me to call you a her, I will, because that's what you want. But that doesn't make you a woman just because I call you a her and just because you got a surgery.
A woman is an adult female who does not have a penis. I can't even believe I have to say that on air. This is not something that should be debated. It's a biological fact. You can't refute basic scientific sexual physiology. How have we got here, Matt? How have we got to a place where young women are paralyzed with fear about even saying what they are?
This is gender ideology. I mean, that's what this is. And you know, you could kind of, if you want to trace it back, you could kind of decide how far back you want to go. There are certain landmark moments you can point to in history. Now, I think for a lot of people, it feels like everyone knew what a woman was, and a man was a man, and a woman was a woman, up until about 8 years ago, and then everyone lost their minds.
Final question, Matt. In the interest of fair play, what is a man?
Well, if a woman is an adult human female, then I suppose a man would be an adult human male, I would say.
I think it really is as simple as that.
Wow, wow, wow. When I tell you, it was so many people like confused. Like, why are y'all confused? But I'm gonna let y'all decide what a woman is, because even though there's a textbook definition and it's been around for years and years and years, generations, all this different stuff, I'm gonna let y'all debate it. But I know my stance on it is that a woman is an adult female human being, doesn't have penis, has a pelvis that is greater than 90 degrees, you know, because like I said, when we're all dead and gone and people dig up our bones in the future, they're just going to know woman, man, woman, man, woman, man. They're not going to know if during your life you live life as a trans woman or a trans man. They're not going to know that. They're just going to know what the bones tell them. And I'm not against the trans community at all. You get what I'm saying? But there is a line, and I'm with Pierce on a lot of things, especially with sports. You know, he mentioned Leah Thomas, who is a trans woman who is swimming in a woman's in women's swimming, you know, but because of the physical attributes that Leah Thomas has, is given an advantage over these women, so over cis women. So it's like, where do we draw the line? Where do we draw the line? I'm going to end this segment with a few more videos, and then we're going to get to our music discussion for tonight. But that pretty much wraps up my thing on my hot topic. But I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to jump into these last videos, and then we're going to wrap it up for the night. Here we go.
The fact that the question of what is a woman has to be asked in this day and age is completely insane to me. Like, you're literally just trying to convince people of this new concept or new definition that you have in your mind of what a woman should be, and it's absolutely false and absolutely disrespectful and disgusting. And then a lot of women have the nerve to sit there and support stuff like this. How insane! And the same people that are sitting here trying to call out a definition of what a woman should be or what they believe a woman is are the same ones who support crap like this.
Yeah, I'm feeling excellent. That was sweet, huh? Did you like that? Yeah! And I want to tell everyone else, I'm coming in this tournament. Every woman in this tournament better look out. I'm freaking coming.
Heck to the no. That is not a woman. That is a man. And if that's your definition of a woman, You are absolutely insane. Let the truth set you free. That's not a woman, that's a man. Sorry, not sorry.
All right, I got two more for you guys.
Define woman. Go, please. One of you.
A person who their internal idea of what they are is a woman.
Terrible definition. Coming from a lesbian, that destroys the very concept of our sexual orientation.
This is what we call a circular definition, using the term itself in the definition of the word. A woman is whoever identifies as a woman, but identifies as what exactly? This is the nonsense of a lot of progressive. They don't really have meaning in their words. Their words don't mean anything.
I gotta say, but I'm about to say it. So I'm about to call out the trans community on a lot of bullshit. And I'm not coming to you guys as a female to male trans man. I'm coming to you guys as a biological woman. Because that's what I am at the end of the day. Yep, I said that. First and foremost, the original intent behind the trans community was to illustrate the difference between sex and gender. Your sex being your biological makeup, and your gender being how you would like to be socially regarded in regards to pronouns like he, him, she, her, they, them, and all the other ones in between. But I'm starting to sense a different tone that's actually been happening within the trans community over the course of like maybe the past 3 to 5 years. And that is the hijacking and ultimately the erasure of the woman. And so now I, as a trans man / biological woman, have to come up and come out of my identity and go back to my biology and say, hey, y'all need to goddamn motherfucking stop. Because there's this thing where we want to kind of broaden out what it means to be a woman and say, oh, well, they're birthing persons, or they're people who menstruate, or they're breastfeeding persons, and all this bullshit that I just can't stand with. Because at this point, we're trying to erase the biology behind what it means to be a woman. And that's not what we're about to do. I'm not about to do it with y'all. And I get it. Y'all want to do it for the sake of inclusion, but no, that's not inclusive. That's called erasure. That's literally erasing an entire gender and what it means to be that specific gender from a biological standpoint. And I thought that that's the very thing we were trying to separate when it pertains to gender was the biology. But it appears that we're just trying to erase it. You're trying to erase the biology, and that's what we're not about to do. So now I have to set aside my identity and go back to my roots to reaffirm women, to let y'all know that we're not about to do that. And the moment I see a trans person trying to do that and say, oh, the people who mentioned, nah, we're not about to do it. Because we're not doing that to the men. It sounds like misogyny. We don't say men that they're persons who ejaculate. We don't say persons who have boners. We don't do that. But why are we doing that to the women? Why? Oh, misogyny, okay. And this is primarily why the world does not take our community serious. Because we do shit like this. We do shit that literally does not make sense and does not even remotely align with what we were originally trying to do. And so that's why I'm like, nah, I don't associate with that. So if you don't like my message, I don't even care. Because you're proving the world right about our fucking community.
Thank you guys for listening tonight. I hope this info has helped someone. And this concludes Tdtv, Think Different TV's Hot Topic.
I'm coming in hot.
All right, y'all. So that concludes the Hot Topic. Shout out to our sponsor, Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline water with minerals, no chemicals, no additives. It is good and good for you. If you're going to hydrate the right way, get your Euphoria Water today. You can find Euphoria Water on IG under Euphoria Water. That's UPHORIAWATER. And if you live in the Philadelphia area and want Euphoria Water delivered to your home, you can call Captain at 267-707-8279. I feel like I'm tripping all over my tongue because I'm trying to get everything out all at once, but that is the end of it all as far as our sponsor. And I want to thank all of you who have been tuning in tonight. into our hot topic. We're about to jump into our music discussion for tonight, and I have a special guest waiting backstage. But before I even bring him out, we're going to be talking about AI technology and the music industry. Woo! There are pros and cons of artificial intelligence in music. But just to give you a little bit of a background, and I found this on performermag.com. So these are not my words. This is attributed to that website, but they have done a whole article on this, and they talk about how artificial intelligence generates music. So music generating technology like Amper Music, IBM Watson Beat, and Google Magenta's Incense Super has the ability to read and interpret audio samples or MIDI files to create something new. For example, a user could tell the software what kind of music they want. They input information about a wealth of existing music, and the computer will analyze the data and strategically randomize it to produce new pieces of music. The user could then instruct the software to change specific things, thereby teaching it more about the preferred outcome. The AI technology works using a sort of reinforced learning technique. Once an answer or suggestion has been affirmed, it will remember this and learn from it to produce further pieces of music. Here are the pros and cons. Here are the pros of AI. There was an artist named Taryn who used it, and in her case, AI software enabled her to communicate melodies and chords that she didn't know how to put together herself. Taryn asked the computer program to generate music based on her requests in regards to style, and then tweaked it as necessary. It produced a tune which she then altered to fit with her own lyrics and vocal melodies, editing it as many times as necessary. The end product was therefore a collaborative effort rather than a piece entirely produced by technology. Tara's story has a distinctively positive feel that highlights the advantages of using AI in music production. For some, this kind of software can be an extremely helpful tool. It can serve as a source of inspiration and as an ideal jumping off point should a musician be hit with writer's block. All right, but here are the cons. Conversely to seeing AI as a tool, some musicians consider AI to be hugely detrimental to the music scene. At the moment, because such technology is still so young, the music it's producing is not necessarily conducive to what we want to hear. In short, it's not of great quality. This means it can still take hours to develop a good song, by which time many will argue that the user may as well have invested the time in creating something themselves. Those who have produced their own music, or even fans of authentic artistic music, will also argue that a computer could never emulate the work and human touch of a true musician. Music has an integral part of the story of humankind for millennia. In fact, the first known piece of music is believed to be around 3,400 years old. Songs have been used as a means of communicating messages and folk stories, encompassing everything from societal ethics to world history. Because many people see music as an innately human expression, it is often considered as too precious to impart onto technology. The thought of a computer generating a random piece of music that hasn't been painstakingly created by an artist is almost seen as sacrilegious. All right. So here we go. I'm going to bring my special guest into the forefront so that he can share his thoughts on AI technology in the music industry. And welcome, Commotion. Commotion, what is up, brother?
What's happening? Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine, but I can't see you.
You can't see me. Okay, let's see what's going on here. I got the camera on. Let me see what's going on.
Here we go. Did you turn it around to face yourself?
Yeah, it is facing me and the light is on. I was just doing Zoom with this camera before I got on here, so I don't know why you can't see me. I'm not sure what's going on that.
Craziness.
Yeah, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Well, go out, come back in, check your camera, and I'll stall for a little bit.
All right, no problem.
All right. So while that is happening, I want to bring in my other guest who is waiting backstage. Looking confused. What's up, Britt? Yo, I'm so okay. So listen, first of all, background is lovely. Looks like my dream home.
Period.
But really quickly, before commotion comes back on, I know I wanted you on so we can discuss the hot topic, but we have concluded that part. But I still want to get a little bit of your thoughts on that topic. We were talking about what is a woman, and I kind of went in.
First of all, my apologies because I swore your show started at 9:00.
Girl, it's been 8:00 since the beginning of this year.
Okay, so that's my mistake because I thought it was 8:00 last time and it got changed to 9:00 this time. So, okay, we'll talk about that on the back end. First of all, I'm so mad that I missed it, but I actually had an 8:00 call. So, okay. Anywho, I'm glad to be here in this space and time. I really wanted to hear what information and what facts you were putting out because I know you already had it together. Like I wanted to be present during that conversation so I could feed off of it. But I was looking confused because I was like, I know what I'm here to talk about. So I'm like, let me Google what is a woman. So that's why I was looking kind of confused because on my screen I was on Google, and when I typed in what is a woman, Dr. Phil and Jordan Peterson and Matt Walsh popped up. So I'm assuming this is some type of movie or something that they created. I'm not really familiar with it, but it did get 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. So maybe we should check that out at some point. But in my expert opinion, I am a woman. I was born, as a female. So they say, to me, what is a woman? Because I was thinking about it before, because I was thinking about it. And the answer that I came up with in myself is a woman is not something that can really be described. Just like a man, there are characteristics that, certain women possess and that some other women, we're all different, but it's the essence. That is what makes us special, each and every one of us. First of all, we're all extensions of source creation. That's first and foremost. And depending on your studies, that you understand that, source is a mixture of completely even mixture of divine feminine and divine masculine energy. So when we, in my personal opinion, my thought process, when we come into this planet, and it's not always the same for everybody, I don't know what goes on in other people's brain, but I think we come here with our bodies, and that's what it's like. All right, you're gonna be this one this time, you're gonna be that one this time. I feel like we get to experience different things when we come into our flesh, So this time I get to experience life as a woman. And again, it's the essence of a woman. Yeah, we can name the fact that women have vaginas, or we can go into the fact that women have the reproductive system, or we can go into the fact that we have the X and Y chromosome. All of those things are facts, but what about the women who have not given birth or aren't able to give birth? That doesn't disqualify them as women. People who have had their reproductive organs removed, that does not make them any less of a woman. It is our complete essence that makes us a woman, and it is the essence of masculine energy that makes a man a man. And I think that all of us have equal, not equal balance inside, but I think, we kind of play on one spectrum or the other based on how we've shown up in our physical, costume.
So my thing is, I went back to the basics. a woman is an adult female human being. You know, if you're and the thing about it is that we have to revert back to the biology of it all, because when you get into all of the essence and all of this stuff, is taking it to another level that, you know, not everyone understands.
They don't.
You know, and sometimes you have to get back to the biology of it all for people to go from there and build upon that. See, there was something that was built upon. There was a foundation first.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was talking about essence and all this stuff back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was like, a woman is a female, adult female, and a man is an adult male. That's all it was. Point blank, period. It wasn't no extra stuff. If your pelvis was greater than 90 degrees, you're a woman. If it was less than 90 degrees, you was a man. You know, when I said when we die, when we all die, and in the future they dig up our bones, the only thing they're gonna be able to tell from our skeletons is if we was male or female. They wouldn't know during your life if you was a trans woman, trans man, cis woman, cis man. They wouldn't know how you lived your life, you know, unless you were somebody famous, and then they found out about you in the history book. So my thing is that I'm all for people having different definitions of what they think a woman is, but we cannot deny what is the truth of the matter, which is the facts that are presented in our biology books, that tell us what initially a woman and a man was. I know that this society nowadays does not want to base gender on the biology. They don't want to break us down to our basic forms.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but with things getting so complicated, and just for the babies, for the kids that are coming up in this generation, we have to keep things simple for them. They know too much too soon. You know, I'm not saying we shouldn't educate them, but I think a lot of these kids are not being kids because these societal things are being forced upon them in schools, on TV, and everything that they see in sports, you know, and the reason why a lot of people, they get all upset and up in arms about what is a woman and really fighting back on that is because in sports, you know, women's sports, there are men, trans women, who are coming into on our side of things.
You know,
and it's like, well, wait a minute, where do we draw the line? Because you already have sports for men, but because you identify as a woman, you come onto the women's sports side, and you're dominating because your biological makeup
absolutely
is putting you at an advantage.
Absolutely.
So now we have to just accept it, because, you know, society says if we don't, we're hating the trans community. You want to know what just popped, not to cut you off, but you want to know what just like popped in my head. This is a man's world. That's what just went off. That's just what went off in my head. But it ain't nothing without a woman.
It's not, you know, and this is a man's world, I feel like popped in my head because you have, and I'm not saying that there aren't women trying to be in those male arenas, you know, but I feel like it's more of the men trying to like step into like the female arena. And what you said, when it all boils down to it, like you said, when thousands and thousands of years from now, when they examine the bones, they ain't gonna be able to tell how big your breast size was. They're not gonna be able to tell any of those things. They're gonna look at whatever DNA is left, and they're gonna look at however the bone structure was to determine who or what you was. So I think it's very important that we just, you know, stick with the
basics.
The basics, like, you know, you got man parts, or you got, you know, woman parts, like, you know, just really, I don't disagree there. And I don't disagree with you also either when you know brought up the children and keeping it simple for them, because I think people should be able to experience life however they choose to want to experience it. But I really think we're doing a disservice to society as a whole when we're trying to continuously push our personal views onto the whole society. Like, calm down. Do what you need to do for you by all means, but leave these kids alone, you know. And like you said, I don't think that I think it's a lot of distractions out here for all of us, and they're not there for no reason. They're very strategically placed and planned, and you know, have their roles and the agenda, you know. But that's why women, to be clear, women, y'all need to not be distracted by all of the many distractions that are available to us. Stand in your power, understand who you are, who God created you to be, and walk in your power, walk in your essence, and be the woman who God called you to be. Because we literally just said, this is a man's world, but it's nothing. It's not nothing
without a woman.
Nothing without a woman. What they say, we are the motivating force. Like, like, come on now. Don't have me out here. Don't have me start.
She gonna start preaching, y'all. But listen, y'all, if y'all want to hear more of Britt doing her thing, check her out right here on YouTube under Just Britt 5173. I'm sorry, I don't got my glasses on. 5173. Also, you can check her out on IG. Matter of fact, I'm gonna throw the banner up real quick because I still had the banner. Make sure y'all check her out on IG at u.r.wellnessmassage and at Bryant_consults, because she is also a financial coach, massage therapist. She's also a doula. And she is providing services from the womb to the tomb.
The name of my company is Universal Restoration Wellness. And what I do is I help people get honest with where they are and where they want to be. So the universal part, the restoration part, we are from the womb to the tomb, because life is a never-ending journey. And there are different parts and times in our lives where we really need assistance. So I'm here to help. So if you have any questions or you want to get to know me, please connect. And yeah, let's continue to build.
Absolutely. So thank you so much, Brittany, for joining me on Think Different TV. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next go around. Remember, Think Different TV is every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Shout out to my Tdtv fam all over the country. Thank you so much, Brittany, and I love you so much, and I'll see you next time.
I love you too. Shout out to the family.
Shout out to the family. And you stay around in the backstage area. I'm not kicking you out.
Okay. All right.
All right. So we are back at it. What's up, Commotion? How are you?
What's happening? How you? How you?
I am great. I'm great. You see the new setup? You liking the new setup, man?
Oh yeah, you know, I love the graphics. I love just I think the biggest thing for me is just, you know, seeing the growth and the progression and, you know, everything that you've been able to accomplish. You know, since we had our tenure together on a different podcast, and you know, you kept the train going. So I'm really proud of you, and you know, always supporting everything moving for sure.
Thank you so much. So as you can see, guys, we got Commotion on here. You can find him at Commotion on IG. You see how I hooked that up for you so everybody can see your stuff right there on the screen.
Like it's next level. This is TV right here. It's TV on the internet.
So just to give you a little bit of background, Commotion is a rapper, hip hop artist. I want to say he's both. He's just an artist, period. He's a writer. You also do things in real estate, finance, all of these different things. He wears so many different hats, y'all. But what we're talking about tonight is AI and AI technology in the music industry. And I briefly went over the pros and cons of those things. We took a little reset and went back to the hot topic, but this is something that I really want to discuss because on the pro side, I could see, how it can make things a little bit easier in the creative process. But I can see on the con side too how it could give people an advantage over people who are just naturally talented and naturally gifted and can play several instruments, and it's kind of making the industry lazy. It's making artists in the industry very lazy. They're depending on a computer to do the work for them, even though they got to do some tweaking on their own. But it's kind of like everything is the microwave society nowadays. Everybody wants something ready made, and all they got to do is just put a little dash here, a little dabble there, and then they put it out, and then everybody like, this the hottest thing since sliced bread, and then it's topping the charts. But the people that actually put the time and effort in and finding those things, producers, engineers, all these different people that put the time and energy into doing all of these things, and it's just now getting lost. So what are your feelings on that? I'm gonna give you the floor.
So I mean, you kind of touched on a lot of it, even in the article that you read at the onset in the first segment. I mean, the biggest thing to understanding, the artificial intelligence is the title itself is artificial. So, the thing that we have to understand is when we're allowing machines to assist us, the machines are meant to be tools for our use. We are not supposed to be the tools for their use. And I think the biggest aspect of the purity of music making and connecting soul to soul is that we are able to share the waves, the energy that comes to our minds, and we're able to put that into some type of sound wave that connects to our brains to give us a feeling, a sensation. And there's nothing more genuine as far as that human interaction or that human, that communication that we're doing. Like I said, it's soul to soul, because that canvas that's painted by that artist is, sending those waves to us, and we're viewing that with our eyes, right? And I'll use that in like the context of, like, say, FN Mecca, which was the one NFT AI artist that got over like 10 million followers on TikTok, and it wasn't really a human, right?
Yeah.
And then there was also the aspect of us being able to connect with what we hear, because what we see and what we hear gives us feelings and thoughts that shape our mood, and it shapes the decisions that we make. So I look at it from the standpoint that do you want the machine to make that decision for you? Do you want to be controlled by an algorithm? And as a maker of music, as well as a consumer of music, I choose not to be.
That is true. I don't want, because you know how hard it is to come up with a melody, and when you write your lyrics and everything like that, and I just think it's unfair. It's unfair that all of that is being taken from us. With the hot topic, we had some movement in an erasure of a gender, and I feel like with the introduction of AI technology into the music industry, is getting rid of that human emotion, that those humans that are involved in the process, even though they say, oh yeah, but you can touch it up here and there and this and the third. But I said that when AI technology creates a song, it's just a song. It's not music, because what the key word, the little word inside of music is muse. What is its muse?
Sure, the inspiration.
The inspiration and everything within this particular what is the computer getting? It's just pulling data here and data there, and it's just pulling from other, it's kind of like you saying, I'm gonna put out a new album, but your entire album is Drake's album.
Here's where I can see it being a good tool. And there's certain tones that we know that if we use those certain tones, it's going to make us feel those emotions, right? So like you were talking about the pulling of various data points. We know scientifically what sound waves are going to connect to different parts of our bodies to make us feel certain things. Like there is scientific evidence where certain tones and frequencies at a certain level of megahertz are going to either be healing or destructive to even our certain body parts, right? Like there's a science behind that. And I think where it helps is in the sense that if you don't know the technical scientific aspect of it, but you want to still tap into those sensibilities, I think that's can be where it can be a tool for progress. If I don't know, if I don't know how to play the flute, I can have it pre-programmed as an instrument. I might know how to like get certain notes in my keyboard or whatever, and it can pull that for me. Now here's where, like you were saying, where it's like it's Drake's album and stuff, because he has so much music and they have the data to prove that this is chart topping. It's like the same way Netflix can recommend videos that we probably would watch based on the stuff that we've already watched. It can recommend notes and chords and melodies to us that are similar to what's already been on the top of the charts in certain genres. So if you want to, I know, like you said, cheat the system, you can leverage that tool in that way and make the product that is most likely to be a chart topper based on previous chart toppers. But I mean, essentially that's what humans have been doing anyway. We recycle old music. I mean, that's kind of keep it a buck. That's what hip hop did. So it is this AI essentially imitating imitating what we have done as humans. Is this new art imitating old life? What I'm saying?
I feel like, as far as, if we want a chart topper and everything like that, like you said, it kind of goes into the history of other chart toppers and everything like that. But sometimes people want to hear something different. And if we're using technology to just keep replicating the same stuff over and over again, just sounding a little bit different, it's going to take away. I just miss the times of, real musicians in the studio, real vocalists in the studio. I miss those days. I feel like I was on the tail end of that. Being a millennial, we were on the tail end of, that magic, that type of magic happening in the studio, because we didn't have the technology we have now. You can have somebody record something and then you can send it, and then that person, before it wasn't even the capability to even be able to send a file that large, and then they figured out how to do it, and then people were like, well, I could be in California, you could be in Philly, and and we could both record a song together, which was unheard of back in the days, because you actually had to travel to said spot to record and everything like that. So and I think, you know, AI technology was already introduced to us through auto tune and different things where, you know, having a little bit of a tweaking going on during
Like
the process.
that voice talk. Yep.
Yeah. And
that talk box sound.
the talk box, yeah, you know all about that. So it's like it's crazy because we use them as enhancers. Now people are using them to create whole songs.
Yeah.
Like from the engineering, I mean, from the creating of the production to the vocals to you. Did you know that there is actually? I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you this real quick because I pulled up some videos on it, and I wanted to just play this really quickly. Hold on.
Fans are using artificial intelligence to create versions of their favorite songs sung by different artists. While this specific example is harmless, we are stepping into a world where artificial intelligence can recreate the sound and voice of musicians. On the one hand, I think artists should be leaning into artificial intelligence. It can help you write songs, generate beats and new music for you, and you can even refine an AI system on your specific music and get it to co-create songs with you that sound like you, which is great. But what happens when somebody else does that with your music? Here's the thing, an AI might create a song that sounds like Ariana Grande, the music and the type of lyrics she would write, but it isn't a song produced or written by her. Technically new music. If you're a major pop star, you could get your music removed from the dataset that's training that AI, but remember all of the different cover songs people have created with your music, all of the other artists who were inspired by you that have produced songs that also kind of sound like you, that's all getting fed into these AI systems. It's really, really gray. And today you can't really copyright a vibe or an essence or a style. Come to the world of AI generated content in general, we have a lot of ironing out to do, but I would recommend musicians, music labels, you might want to start getting ahead of this.
So I saw this tweet a couple days ago, and it kind of got me thinking. ChatGPT about to be a problem. ChatGPT is a cutting-edge language technology. So ChatGPT is Dolly's little cousin. I typed in write me a melody and a chord progression with lyrics for hip hop, and it did it within 10 seconds. So literally anyone can be a music producer or creator now, which is kind of interesting because AI has been around in music creation for quite some time. It started with like random melody generators, then Captain Chords came around. Lander and Isotope have been using AI technology to mix and master people's songs for at least the last 5-6 years. And now they're making complete full songs with lyrics. The real question that we probably should be asking is, one, how can it be legal for copyright reasons? And question two, do you actually need to have music training anymore in order to create good music? I'm sure labels are already starting to come up with song camps using this kind of AI system. So is 2023 going to be the end of organic music creation? Or will it unlock new potential in our imagination to create new songs? Those are my thoughts. Let me know in the comments.
So, 2 videos back to back. The first one talking about how they can actually put in someone's name, or artist's name, you know, talk about how many megahertz they want in it, you know, what they wanted to talk about, and just boom, let AI do its thing.
Yep.
Yo.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing. I mean, but this is what's happening. And music is not exempt. This is what's happening in every industry, and the thing about it, you know, we as the, you know, I guess the producers of music, we have to learn how to be producers in pretty much every industry, because things are becoming more technological now. Even when it comes to, you know, ordering food, and things are like more vending machines, and you know, we're ordering, we're not really seeing, we're seeing all the self-service stations and things like that now. That's where it's coming to. So it's like we're at the stage where if we want to stay relevant professionally, we're either going to have to learn how to use these tools, teach these tools, make these tools, or fix the tools. You're gonna have to, or design them at the onset. In some facet of the you know, life cycle of these machines, we have to figure out which end we're going to be on. If we're just the end user, just the consumer, we're going to get stuck out there. But that's on every aspect of the industry. and in any industry. So, you know, I would say that that's one thing to think about. You know, not to be like a doomsday kind of person, but is really kind of like, in order to protect ourselves against our future demise to the machines, like the Matrix or the Terminator or any of them other joints, we have to make sure that we're in that pipeline on the front end. As a consumer of the music, I do believe that, like I said, it can be a tool that's helpful if you know you're not classically trained as a musician on certain instruments. So that's where I do find it to be helpful in that sense, because, you know, yeah, I think about somebody like Kanye West. He wasn't coming out like Prince. He wasn't coming out like Ryan Leslie or Just Blaze. You know, he didn't play all those instruments. He was using samples. So, you know, to a certain extent, as he learned how to play those instruments and he went through the process and all, he still was making great tracks just by piecing things together. And like I was saying before, to me, it is a very hip hop type of connection that we have with technology, because we didn't have to be the original creators in order to make something dope. But I do find it problematic, as was mentioned in the second video, of, you know, how we're going to track the intellectual property, because if it's based on a data set of all these other people, do I get credit for putting together a project? Then the entire project sounds like Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Am I crediting her producers? Am I crediting Darkchild? Am I going to credit Richard Harrison or, you know, any other producers that she's worked with over the years on these songs
That makes it complicated on your money, man. Makes it complicated on your money.
And so here's the thing, like, are the technologies going to be sophisticated enough? And I believe they are. Are they going to be sophisticated enough to be able to pull certain chord progressions to be able to match them to the songs that pre-existed, so that the original producers can get their money? Or is it all going to go to them? Is it going to be up to the original producers to, who's going to what they call the burden of proof? Who's going to take on that burden of proof to prove if it was theirs or not? Do they have to prove that it was theirs, or does the artist have to prove that it's new? Yeah, that's going to be a tough thing to deal with. I guess my last point that I'll bring up when it came to that is the part that it can replicate a person's voice based on, again, the data points of the sound frequencies of either us talking or that. Because I have seen videos where if I type out a voiceover script, because I've already talked, it can make the voiceover script say what I wanted to say in my voice. It still sounds mechanical. It doesn't have that same conversational type of tone, but it still sounds like my voice. And what that does for me is just kind of makes me question everything I see, everything I hear.
Yep. That
You know what I'm
was the part I was going to say. But I'm not going to deny that I have used a little bit of help. You know, sometimes it's not easy for me to come up with harmonies.
Okay.
You know, and as a singer, it's frustrating at times because, you know, I feel like I'm just doing basic harmonies over the melody, and it's not giving it the range or the allure that I wanted to give.
Sure.
This is where I think AI technology is, you know, acceptable to use, because I'm getting a little bit of help, but I'm still going to do the notes myself.
Sure, but it's going to take your note
but wait,
and tune you up or down.
Yeah, but wait a minute. I will say, on the song Voices from My City that I did with Arson 215 and various other artists, there was a higher note that they wanted me to do over the hook. And I couldn't hear it. I couldn't find that particular note to harmonize over top of myself. So what the engineer, shout out to C's, what he did was he took and he put it in that higher register.
Sure.
And I heard it and I listened to it, and then I replicated what I heard so that it would sound clean. You get what I'm saying? Those type of things I can see you using. But to use AI technology to create a whole song, and these songs are, I heard that overseas in Japan or something like that, that a lot of their top 100 songs are AI generated songs. But then again, over there, their taste of music is a little bit different.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying? Over here, you can't fool us.
But here's the other thing too. I mean, to your point, some things experiment in the East before it gets to us. You know what I mean? Sometimes they use them as like testing grounds. And I say them, I'm like referring to people in like certain pockets of Australia or certain pockets of, Southeast Asia or certain parts of Europe, just to like test it and see how it works with those people before they start bringing it around to others. So because, we are very, and I say we, I'm referring to Americans, because Americans are very territorial over our music and just very picky, and we're like the biggest, we tend to be the biggest exporters of music culture in the world. I think that we probably wouldn't be the best testing ground, because you saw how mad people got over the FN Mecca situation. You know what I'm saying? And again, there were intellectual property issues with that person who was contracted to have his voice sampled for that character and stuff. So we as artists have a heavy load to carry when it comes to where we're going to fit in this future landscape of music making. But like I said, if we get to the forefront of the production, whether it's on the design side, the promotion side, the sales side, or in the technical aspect of being able to fix these things or teach these things, like that's how we can kind of interweave ourselves in this system that's, I can't even say the system that's coming, the system that's here. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I know exactly what you're saying. Listen, bro, I appreciate you for joining me tonight on Think Different TV. Guys, this is Commotion. As you can see, you can find him on Commotion, at Commotion on IG. He is, real quickly, tell us about your project that you have coming out, a few things that you have going on.
Oh, word up. So yeah, definitely I want to shout out to my my fam at Radio Pushers, man, because I just found out that my song Going Deliver just got chosen for Drummer Boy Fresh's South by Southwest Spotify live is the Spotify playlist. So I'm really excited about that. It is one of Spotify's curated playlists, so it's all organic growth. Speaking of dealing with real people, so shout out to Drummer Boy Fresh, shout out to the Millennial General, shout out to DJ West Will for in taking the track and helping it to blow up online. So I'm really grateful and appreciative on that side. I do have a project that I just had some tracks in the can and some that I'm fine tuning for a project called Doomsday that I'm going to be dropping, this month too. So just be on the lookout for that. And then I'm finally going to release that QC project with Crooktooth from Hip Hop Prodigies. So, we had did a whole lot of work over the pandemic, and it was basically like a lo-fi hip hop to like chill hip hop. We just never put it out. So that's going to be finally dropping. So if you want to know how we were feeling during the pandemic, and not necessarily relive the pandemic, but more so, talk about what we've overcome since the pandemic, that's what that project's about. Yeah.
Absolutely. Y'all check out Commotion on IG. Follow him, please, so y'all can get all of the deets on everything he has coming up. His song Gonna Deliver. Love that song. He has amazing project out, Hood Superhero Volume 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, three is the one that Gonna Deliver is on. But I got three. Those are my three of my babies.
Yes. So definitely check him out. And I appreciate you, bro. You made it to the second season. You made it to the second season. He was on the first season, y'all. So and he was actually the very first person that I interviewed on Think Different TV. As far as music is concerned. So this is crazy because here we are a year later doing it.
Full circle. Word up.
So absolutely. I appreciate you, bro. We're going to keep it moving, but it's all love here on Think Different TV, and I'll see you again next week, Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Shout out to my Tdtv fam all over the country. And we're going to keep this ball moving. So I will see you next week.
Peace.
All right, y'all. So that was Commotion. As y'all can see right there on the bottom of the screen, he's on IG. Make sure y'all follow him. Now, I'm going to go to the comments real quick. We got Try in the building. He says, salute Lashia. Treva was good. Kara says, great show. All right. We got a little bit of a bromance going on in the comments. I always say that, but it's all love. And so, we're going to keep this thing moving. Real quick, we're going to jump into the financial tip for the night. I'm going to keep it sweet and brief, because we got an amazing Jeopardy going on tonight. So, financial tip for the night. How soon should we prepare for a retirement? That is a question that a lot of people are wondering right now with everything going on in the world. People are wondering if we're even going to have Social Security anymore, because it's just like, the government is just doing its own thing right now, right? So what is retirement? Retirement is not an age. It's actually a dollar amount we need to have to live off of for the rest of our lives. That includes inflation, that, takes all of that into account, right? To live out the rest of our days and fire our boss, right? So how do you arrive at this dollar amount? Well, you can get a financial needs analysis done by Brittany, who was on the screen earlier. You can find her at Bryant_consults. And she could do an F&A for you, which is a financial needs analysis. It takes into account your income, your expenses, and it generates like how much you are able to save per month, what's your take-home pay, all of these things, right? Put it into the system and it pops out a FIN, which is your financial independence number, right? So when you get your financial independence number, this is the dollar amount you would need to live out the rest of your days, including inflation, all of these great things. Once you have that, now you have a destination, right? Because people always like, well, I'm saving up, I'm saving up, I'm saving up, I'm saving up for retirement. I'm doing this, I'm saving up, I'm saving up. But then you ask them, well, how much money are you saving up? And how much money are you going to need to actually retire? And they can't give you that. They don't know. They just say they're just saving, they're just saving, they're saving. And I'm sorry, honey, but $25,000 is not going to help you live out the rest of your days. My financial independence number, when I did my financial needs analysis, was over $2 million. And I probably got to get another one done because that was from 2019. It's now 2023. You get what I'm saying? A lot of things have changed. You know, we had the pandemic that we went through that Commotion mentioned. So, you know, how do we arrive? How do we get to our financial independence number? How do we get to that amount? And a lot of people can say, oh, well, in order to get to this amount, and based on your retirement age, because some people do have an age in mind when they don't want to work anymore. So between your age you are now and the age that you plan to retire, you have to divvy that money up over the course of those years, those months, or whatever. And it's going to tell you exactly how much you would need to save per month to get to that destination. However, some people are like, oh, well, $2,000, $3,000 a month, how am I going to be able to save that much money a month when I have all of these other expenses that I got to take care of? Rent, electricity, phone bill, all these different things, right? And it can be kind of daunting. And if you want to know how to make some extra money and, you know, get some extra income, additional income, multiple streams of income, you can definitely talk to Brittany about that as well. Hit her up on IG under Bryant_consults, and she will be happy to help you along the way. But if you want to get to your goal of $1 million, let's just say, and you say your retirement age is 67, well, guess what? The sooner the better, right? If you start at 25 years old, you probably have to save about $200 a month to get to your goal, right? When you get to 35 years old, you have to save double the amount to get to that, and so on and so forth. The older you are, the closer you are to your retirement age, the more you have to save up a month to get to your dollar amount. So it's better to start off sooner than later. If you are within the sound of my voice and you have any teenage children who start a job, did you know that if they have a source of income, they can start an IRA? Did you know that? Did you know that? You don't have to wait until you get older to start an IRA. You know, old people be like, I gotta get my IRA, right? You don't have to be an older person to start an IRA. As long as you have income, you can start an IRA. And that's the thing that I'm talking about. The sooner the better. Children need to know about finance and everything. Like, y'all doing all these pronouns and everything in school and everything like that. First of all, I think pronouns should be learned in English class. Boom. And then second of all, y'all teaching these kids on how to be in society and how to do this and that, but y'all don't teach them how to be financially. And that is a crime. All right. So y'all need to get on a good foot. If you have kids that are of working age, you should be teaching them about money. You should teach them not only how to go out and make the money, but teaching them how money can work for them. And stop being secretive about these things, because these tips can help people in the long run. If I knew at 25 years old that I could save $200 a month and get to that goal, and I'm not talking about put the $200 under your bed mattress, or putting it in the bank. I'm not talking about that. Put it in a mutual fund, that way it could grow. You want it to grow. That's another conversation for another day. It's something that I mentioned on my show several times. If you want, you can go watch the replays and see what I was talking about. But 25 years old, if you can get them started at 18, if you can get them started at 16, 14, get them saving now. They could be millionaires by the time they're 25 years old if you start at a younger age. Stop being in the now. Even more so, we have to be focused on the future, because the future doesn't seem too bright, guys. It doesn't seem too bright. Government is doing a lot with money. It's not guaranteed we're going to even get Social Security. Social Security is not it's not a for sure thing. It's not definite. It's not for sure that we're going to get Social Security when we, get older. So you have to keep that in mind, and we have to get on the good foot. You know someone that has children that are starting a job, ask that person. I don't mean to pry, and I'm not telling you what to do, but I just saw that your daughter or son is starting a job here. Had they started an IRA yet? Have they started putting money aside in a mutual fund so it can grow, so that they don't have to work until they're 65 years old? Come on, guys. We can do it. We can do it. I may not have been able to do it, but I'm going to make sure my son is able to do it. And that's all I have to say about my financial tip. I hope that helps someone. All right, guys, we're going to jump into our Jeopardy tonight. Our Jeopardy is movie and TV cop duos Jeopardy. Do you know these famous duos? All right. So I see that we already have people backstage, been waiting so patiently, so patiently. And the crazy thing about it is that it's always the same people that's waiting backstage to do this Jeopardy thing. I'm waiting for some new people to get on here and win this $20 cash at. But I know it's gonna be fun because I got some new rules tonight. Y'all probably not gonna like them, but I don't care because it's my show. I do what I want. So here we go. So with our Jeopardy, here it goes. You must answer in the form of a question. If you do not answer in the form of a question, it will be wrong. Even if it's right, it will be wrong. Do not answer and it not be in the form of a question, because then the other person will get a chance to steal. An example of that is if I say the color of the sky is this, you say what is blue? The answer has to be in question form. Here's some new stuff that we're doing tonight. Now, usually I would just ask the question, the person will get it right, and then I will tally up the points. But I have something new going on tonight, guys, and this will determine if y'all decide to stick and stay. Tonight, if you get a question wrong, I will be deducting points. Oh, yes, we're going to be doing it exactly like Jeopardy. Exactly like Jeopardy. So if you're not sure, don't try to guess, because if you try to guess, you're going to get deducted points. Also, I have another special feature tonight. So it's movie and TV cop duos. When I say the names that I will be saying is the name of the actors or actresses that are playing these movie and TV cop duos. You have a choice. You can either answer the question with the name of the movie or show, but if you're feeling frisky and you think you know the names of said detectives that these people play, last names only, doesn't have to be whole names, or in one case is first names. But if you know the names, you get an extra 50-point bonus on top of the point values. So if the point value is 100 and you guess the show or movie, you get 100 points. If you feel frisky and name the name of the detectives, then you get 150 points. If you get it wrong, I will be deducting points. Even if you have 0, I'm deducting points. So don't end up in the negative by the end of it all. So that's all I want to say about the rules tonight. I hope y'all got that. Real quick, I'm going to shout out my sponsor, Euphoria Water. Euphoria Water is the cleanest, healthiest water in Philly. Alkaline water with minerals, no chemicals, no additives. It is good and good for you. If you're going to hydrate the right way. Get your Euphoria Water today. You can find Euphoria Water on IG under Euphoria Water. That's UPHORIAWATER. And if you live in the Philadelphia area, you can call Captain at 267-707-8279 to put in the order for that water. All right, guys, that is our sponsor. We're going to jump into our Jeopardy, and I'm going to bring my guests in. What's up, Reg? What's up, Try? Thank you for joining me tonight on Think Different TV for our Jeopardy portion. How are you guys?
Chilling. I'm all right.
Chilling. All right. It looked like Ty got a better service tonight. I'm so excited. Try this is always going to be like this. I hope you're.
I know.
I hope, and it's crazy because we never met each other face to face. I haven't met either of you guys face to face yet, which is crazy. But they're my guys. So if anybody do something to my guys, I got something to say about it. All right. Anyway, here we go. Unless you come on here and beat Try. It's all in good fun. All in good fun. I promise you, this is famous Cops Duos Jeopardy. That's the shorthand version of it, but it's movie and TV Cops Jeopardy. I don't know where Reg went. I think I hope he ain't Googling nothing, because that makes me very suspicious. Go off screen. But like I said, points will be deducted if you get the answer wrong. So it's going to be a little bit more of a tighter day. If you don't know the answer, just don't answer. Because I don't want you, and you got to be correct. Like, you got to be all the way correct. Now, like I said, I'm going to give you the names of the actors, actresses playing the roles. If you want just a regular point value, just name the TV show or movie that they are from. However, if you feel a little frisky and you think you know the names of the detectives that they play, last names only, you don't need to do whole names. But you get extra 50 points on top of it, because sometimes it's harder to remember the name of the detectives, but you know the name of the show. All right, y'all got it? Y'all good?
I got it.
All right, we're gonna go for our. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, all right. I know what I did. I know what I did. All right, here we go. 100-point answer. All right. Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. Try.
What is Lethal Weapon?
What is it?
What is Lethal Weapon?
Legal Weapon?
Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. Okay. I just want to make sure I heard you correctly. Yes, it is Lethal Weapon. Absolutely. All right. You did. Where's Reg? There he is.
How you doing?
Reg, making your final rounds. You about to leave work soon? You good? Because I want to make sure this is fair. I don't want,
Hey, my fault. Reggie.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna tell them to just come up and increase it to you until you sort it out.
So wait. You want me to come? You want me to check him in, or you think he's gonna stay with you?
No, check him in. I'm just telling you, he's gonna be upset. I'm just telling him to come up and down.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I'm just dealing with work bullshit right now. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. I can hear you just fine.
Yeah,
It's
motherfuckers want to start
the
checking
moving
in.
around that's making me dizzy.
My fault. My fault.
But yeah, so Try got the first one right. So yeah, that was Lethal Weapon with Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. All right. All right, next question. Well, next 100-point answer. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Try.
What is Bad Boys?
What is Bad Boys? Absolutely. Absolutely. It is Bad Boys. Oh, and the first question, if you was feeling frisky and you answered Riggs and Murtaugh, that was the name of the detectives. And the second one is Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett for that extra 50 points. However, you didn't answer it that way, but here we go. All right. Next 100-point answer. Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan. Reg.
What is rush hour?
What is Rush Hour? Absolutely. And that gives you 100 points. If you was feeling frisky and wanted to name the detectives, it's Carter and Lee. All right. Next 100-point answer. Mariska Hargitay and Christopher Maloney. Try.
What is Law and Order? SVU.
There you go. Law and Order SVU. Absolutely. My favorite show ever. Came out in 1999. I have watched every episode. And that is Stabler and Benson. Stabler and Benson. All right. Next 100-point answer. Gillian Anderson and David Duchovny.
Yeah.
Try.
What is the X-Files?
What is the X-Files? Absolutely. And if you was feeling frisky, the names were Mulder and Scully. All right, we're going into our 200-point answers. All right, here we go. Uh-oh, where's Reg? Reg, are you still here? You're muted.
Yeah, I'm just dealing with some work stuff right now. Y'all can go on without me. I'll catch up.
Uh-oh, here we go. All right, 200-point answer. Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith.
Who is Agent J and damn. Forgot.
And all right. You was trying. I appreciate you.
I was gonna name the characters. I forgot Tommy Lee's name in it.
So is Agents J and K, which is the easiest.
Yeah.
But the answer, the movie was Men in Black.
Right.
All right. There you go.
Unlock your phone for me again. Unlock your phone for me too.
Next 200-point answer. James Rode Rodriguez and Dule Hill. James Rode Rodriguez and Dule Hill. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And what is Psych?
Psych. Right.
Psych. And if he's feeling frisky, is Sean and Gus. Sean and Gus.
Right.
All right, here we go. Next 200-point answer. Emily Deschanel and David Boreanaz. Try.
What is Bones?
What is Bones? Yes. What is Bones? All right. And if he was feeling frisky, it's Brennan and Booth. Brennan and Booth. All right, next 200-point answer. Paul Michael Glacier and David Soul. Reg.
What is Starsky and Hutch?
What is Starsky and Hutch? Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I'm not, that's the show. I'm not counting that as the extra 50 points because if you wanted to be frisky and give me the first names of both of them, it's David and Kenneth. David Starsky and Kenneth Hutchinson. All right. Here's the last 200-point answer. Eddie Murphy and Nick Nolte. Try.
What is 48 hours?
What is 48 hours? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, the names of the characters were Hammond and Cates. Hammond being Eddie Murphy's character and Cates being Nick Nolte's character. We're going into our 300-point answers. Here we go. All right. Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas. Try.
What is Miami Vice?
What is Miami Vice? Dad, how you know that?
I grew up on that show. Crockett and Tubbs.
Damn. All right. You said what is it?
Crockett and Tubbs. What is Crockett?
Crocker. Why did you name the names of the people?
When I did the Men in Black, you said it was wrong.
Yeah, because you said J and H.
I said H and J. I didn't remember Tommy Lee's character.
Yeah, but yeah, Crockett and Tubbs is the name of the detectives. All right, we're going to go into our next answer. Eric Estrada and Larry Wilcox. Try.
What is Chips?
What is Chips? Absolutely, absolutely. That's 300, right? 300. All right. And if you're feeling frisky, it's Poncherello and Baker. That's their names. All right. Next 300-point answer. Jeff Bridges and Ryan Reynolds. Try.
What is RIPD?
What is RIPD? Absolutely. And I know this is hard, but their names are Pulsifer and Walker. Pulsifer and Walker. All right. Next 300-point answer.
Sorry about that, y'all.
That's okay, Reg. Andy Samberg and Melissa Fumera. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And what is Brooklyn Nine-Nine? And their names were Jake Peralta and Amy Santiago. All right. Last 300-point answer. Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum. Reg.
What is 21 Jump Street?
What is 21 Jump Street? Absolutely. And if you were feeling a little frisky, their names are Schmidt and Janko. All right. It's still anybody's game. We're going into the 400-point answers. All right. Y'all ready?
Finally, since he's mother effing left and stuff, but
Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy. 4, 3. Reg.
what is Charlie's Angels? I'm just guessing.
Oh no. And I'm telling you, if you just guess, I'm subtracting points tonight.
Oh yeah, great. That's
Yeah.
great.
So try. Are you going to guess? No.
I saw the movie. I forgot the title of it though.
Okay. What is The Heat?
The Heat.
What is The Heat? All right. If you're feeling frisky, it's Ashburn and Mullins. All right. Here we go. Next 400-point answer. Angie Harmon and Sasha Alexander. Two, one. Reg.
Who are Rizzoli and Al's?
Yes, Rizzoli and Isles. Absolutely.
Sounds like an Italian restaurant. Okay.
And their first names were Jane Rizzoli and Mara Isles. Dr. Mara Isles. All right. Quick fact. Angie Harmon actually played a lawyer on the first Law and Order ever. Yep. So I was like, now she's playing the cop. Go figure. Next 400-point answer. Did I put up the picture?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I did. All right. Next one. Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg. One. Reg.
Who are the other guys?
Who are the other guys? Absolutely. And their names were Gamble and Hoyts. Y'all remember that scene with Mark Wahlberg's character goes over to Will Ferrell's character's home, and like his wife comes out, and his wife is played by oh my gosh, why am I drawing the blank? The one with the mole. She's real pretty. Well, anyway, she comes out, and Will Ferrell is just like, my old bag, and this, that, and the third. And Mark Wahlberg is like, she's hot. Like, what are you talking about? Like, and he keeps trying to like hug her extra long. It was so funny. Anyway, and y'all realize that they had to go to them because The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson, who's at the beginning of the movie, they can do some type of high flying off the roof like they wasn't for real.
Right.
That was crazy. Anyway, moving on. Hilarious movie. So next 400-point answer. Sharon Gless and Tyne Daly. Try.
Who is Cagney and Lacey?
Who is Cagney and Lacey? Absolutely right. All right. And their names is funny because it was Christine Cagney and Mary Beth Lacey, which I was like, wow, they had some old lady names.
They did.
All right, last 400-point answer. Sybil Shepherd and Bruce Willis. Reg.
What is moonlighting?
What is moonlighting? Absolutely. And their names were Maddie Hayes and David Addison Jr. All right, guys, we have made it this far, and it's still anybody's game. The point values that we have right now is Reg with 1,400 and Try with 1,850.
Dang, I got 1,400? Wow.
1,850. So, guys, still anybody's game. We're going into our final Jeopardy. I hope you got a pen and a paper ready. How much would you like to wager tonight, Reg?
I'm going to go all in like I did last week, you know?
All right, and you won going all in last week. Let's see, Try, what are you going to wager?
I'm going to go all in.
Go all in. Somebody not scared. Hey. All right, for this one, I just need y'all to give me the name of the show. All right? Y'all got it?
Yeah.
So we're going into our final Jeopardy. Here we go. Don Adams and Barbara Feldon.
Ooh.
Don Adams and Barbara Feldon. Here we go. All right, y'all. So we did our final Jeopardy. We're going to go to Reg, the challenger first. Well, actually, he's not the challenger. He's the champ from last week, but he's a challenger in this situation because he has 1,400 points. He's gone all in. The answer was Don Adams and Barbara Feldon. And he said, what is Get Smart? Look at that. And he is absolutely right. He got smart. And that is Agent 99 and Agent 86. So that means he has 2,800 points. Let's see where Try is with it. Try, what is your final answer? Final Jeopardy.
I didn't put nothing.
He didn't put anything. Oh, here we go. He got stumped again. We done took Try all the way down to zero. Zero. That's, if you didn't know, Try, that's Spanish for zero. Reg is the winner for tonight. This is a 2-week streak. Oh, can he go all the way? We'll know next week when we have a new Jeopardy. Sound like Dragon Ball Z. Next time on Dragon Ball Z. Next time on Tdtv, we're going to see if Reg can come through again and beat Try's ass. We'll see. But I'm so happy you guys have joined me tonight. Reg, you have that $20 coming to you. And as always, it is a pleasure. I guess y'all don't want to smack talk each other, so I'll just smack talk for you guys, which I can absolutely do. So thank you again for joining me tonight. Have a wonderful week, guys, and I'll see y'all next week.
Peace. All right. Thank you so much.
No problem. No problem. Look how he came in the clutch. He at work. He was working hard too, y'all. He just made himself $20 participating in our Tdtv Jeopardy. Tonight was movie and TV cop duos, and he definitely got that last answer. Our financial tip was, when should you begin retirement or saving up for retirement? Our music discussion was AI technology in the music industry. Our hot topic tonight was, what is a woman? What is a woman, y'all? Crazy, crazy topic. What a way to start off Women's History Month, right? And we have our Hidden and Quidditch as always. Guys, listen, make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell on our YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any episodes, replays, or exclusive interviews from Think Different TV. If you're watching a replay, make sure you hashtag replay. And don't be afraid to share the love by sharing the live. And if you do that, hashtag Tdtv. Guys, I hope you got a lot of value out of what I've shown you tonight. And as always, have a great week. And I'll see you all next week. Bye.
Think Different TV, live every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hosted by me, your girl Ashia. Join me as I discuss social topics, spotlight independent artists, and share financial tips. Join the conversation. I want to hear what you have to say. Think Different TV, where minds meet. You're the reason I